I was listening to a podcast while I was doing dishes, and then I took it out to the barbecue after. It was a good podcast, but it was Dave Poulin. Do you know who he is?
No.
No, he was an analyst on TSN, I think, but he was a former hockey player. Played for captain Philadelphia Flyers and Boston Bruins.
Right.
So he's the one that told the story about. Remember, I told you the story about playing for Mike Milbury,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's the
Yeah.
one that told the story about Mike Milbury bagging himself
Bagging
on the
himself.
ice.
Yeah.
He was talking about another story, and I used this on the kids the other day because it was necessary. So he said that he was asked a question like it was comparing a couple coaches, and they said which one did you like or who did you appreciate the most? And he goes Mike Milbury by a mile. He goes I liked Mike Milbury because he came out with different methods that were that he used when he talked to you. He just talked to you like a human. He was nuts, by the way, but he talked to you like a human, and he come up with some things that made you really think. You know, because motivation is it's. I don't like to use the word motivation when it comes to hockey because it's just it's a fleeting thing, right? You're either motivated or you're not, or you just do what you need to do. Like you have to be motivated to go play, or you know what I mean.
Yeah. Totally.
So, but he used the word motivation, and so one day he said, I guess he wasn't thrilled with the guys, or maybe he was. I don't know. He came in with a couple old pictures of him playing in Boston, like team pictures, and he walked in the room, and he said, told the guys, he goes, I got this in the hallway of my house, and he goes, sometimes I walk by these old pictures, and I never even notice them, and then sometimes I'll just stop and I'll look at a picture I'll just, it'll bring back memories and it'll bring back a lot of thoughts and, make good thoughts, bad thoughts, or time and place and all this. He goes, but what I wanted to show you guys today was a picture of whatever team. And he goes, I look at this and I go, maybe this guy here, played with him 25 years ago. And this guy came to play every day. Like he showed up every single day. And wasn't even that talented, but he was like he made squeeze every bit of lemon or juice from that lemon. And I'll look at another guy and I'll say, geez, this guy had all the talent in the world, and he just didn't care. And if he would have used his everything he had, this guy could have been a hell of a player. And another guy comes in like, he was a good guy, but he was what a jackass in the room or whatever, and never cared for this guy and all that. So he goes, the bottom line, guys, is that people are going to be looking at a picture one day, and your picture is going to be in it. And what are they going to say about you? It's a pretty neat way to motivate. He goes, and this is the truth, right? When I look through my old hockey pictures, which I don't do very often, but I've got a couple sitting there, or the guys on the wall, I have memories, and some of them are really good, and some of them are like, right? We say it a lot. That guy just could have been better than what he was. Too bad he was so lazy or whatever. But the bottom line, so I was telling the kids this because it was second last day of the camp, and there's certain things and as a group that, like, number one, from day one, and I've been telling them for years, but for the last 6 weeks, we're like, guys, you have to talk on the ice. One's energy, right? One is so you have some energy, but one is that you have to speak when you're in hockey, and even like you guys understand the drill, and they as a group would just look at you.
Yeah.
So for 6 weeks, can you say yes or no?
Yeah.
Like, because it's a question, you need to answer it, like communication and all these things. So I told this picture story to them, and I said the bottom line is that someone will be talking about you at some point, and it's how you do things. And it's 6 weeks, and we're still talking about a few of the most basic things, and it's like, you need to figure this out. So Hunter Smith, who was on the ice, like he worked all summer with us, and he was a second round pick to the Calgary Flames and signed a contract, played some years in pro. He was out there, and I said, you see this guy over here, Hunter? I said, he used to start skating with me when he was about 9 or 10 years old, and wasn't the friendliest kid. Like he just his demeanor. Right? It's not like he's not a lovey-dovey guy. He's just like, hey, how you doing? It does the work. But he worked, and he worked, and he worked, and he worked, and he was very conscientious. And he did that through junior and through pro. So as he started working here, I could see that that work ethic that he put into hockey when he was out on the ice and stuff, because he knows he's a second fiddle guy. It's so easy for an instructor or guys to work here to let you in the gym do the work, and they just not piss around, but just kind of work. And it's so easy on the ice to let myself or whoever the head instructors are to do the work and just move pucks. but he was on everything and cared. And he noticed when I was teaching with guys, like here's little things. Okay, when I was teaching guys, and I got a whistle in my mouth, and I go to teach something to someone, and I'm whatever, and then all of a sudden I hear a whistle go. All the guys are doing that, but I'm using Hunter for example. Like, okay, now I don't have to worry about that. It made my life easier. Knew like everything was set up. He would actually teach and actually bring excellence. Okay, so I said that guy. It didn't surprise me. Didn't surprise me that this guy took what he did in hockey and applies it to this field here. And then I know what his next adventure is going to be, or venture, not adventure. Next venture is going to be. And I told the kids, I said, I know already what kind of success he's going to have, because hockey's hockey and life is life. They're both the same thing. If you come to the hockey rink every day, and this was their life lesson, I guess, you come to the hockey rink every day and you have to be told the same thing, and you have to bring some energy. And this is the thing that you love. And when you go to the thing that you love and you're not putting in effort and attention and detail and conscientiousness, which is a huge word for me, that I guarantee you, kids, will spill over to your next phase in life. I can guarantee you that. So it's probably a good time to look in the mirror, and you're going to be in a picture one day and people are going to say things. They're going to look and they're going to say, this is the type of guy he was. Had the talent, didn't work. Had the talent, whatever, all those different things. But your next phase in life is going to be exactly what you put into the thing that you love as a plaything. Hockey. You think if you believe that this is something you want to do, then you're all those things those words I used have to be part of your deal, or else the next phase of your life is going to be miserable. You just will not succeed. So when I looked at Hunter, I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to be very successful in his next endeavor, because he puts in the time and he still stays fit and he still eats properly, and he all these things add up to being a successful human, whether you're playing hockey or whether you're not. And that was the thing for those guys, is like, this is important. And I forget what I was going to say about that, but this is important. You will be like, how you do anything is how you do everything. You don't turn it on and off. And like a guy like Hunter, yourself, and Mitchie, it's like there's no secret, right? Success leaves clues. It just leaves clues. You got a guy that does things the right way in every little thing, then you know that you can work for me, because I know what I'm going to get. But when you're on the ice, and like we always say, someone's always watching. Like there's a lot of kids that I would say, if they applied, I'd be, I don't think so, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
it sets the table for your whole life. It's not just about hockey, and that's the thing that you want to get out of hockey, right?
Yep.
You want to be a hockey player, I get that, but you will not be a hockey player if you don't have those things dialed in, because it just gets harder and harder, and you need those attributes to be successful.
Yeah, and that's the whole mantra in the environment here, man. It's never about the hockey part.
Yeah.
It's always about the are you doing the right things part, because we say it all the time. You're not going to be a hockey player, man. It's very, very unlikely.
Yeah.
And even if you are a hockey player, let's say you go play in the NHL, you're done a certain day.
Oh yeah.
You're going to retire when you're 35. Like that's a lot of life.
Yeah.
After that, we had Prouder on 2 weeks ago. Like that's a great example of a guy. When he played for his 10 years, he's 30. He wasn't even 35.
No.
Was he 33?
33, 32, 33.
33. Now he's done hockey.
Yeah.
If he's a goof, he's not getting the next opportunity.
Yeah.
because he'll be labeled as a goof.
Yeah.
Well, then,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, and then that's what is going to happen.
Yeah.
And now because he wasn't, he was a guy that made the NHL, but he did the right things, and now for the rest of his life, he's going to be given opportunity after opportunity because he's not a goof.
Right. Well, and then, so the other part of that, I was telling them, like, what happens is when as a group, especially, like, someone's got to stand up, someone's got to be the leader. Even though it's a hockey school, you're a leader or you're not, right? You got to stand up and be a leader. So, because what's happening is, like, I feel at this point that maybe my message isn't going through, and I don't trust me. I look at myself every day at the end of the day and say, was that my best, or was it close to my best, or where could I have done better? And there's days where I go, I could have been better. Like, I could have been better today. I pissed off for a little while because my mind wandered, or my give a shit meter went down for 20 minutes, and that's not good. It's not good. And I told him that. I said, I look in the mirror at night and I say that, and then if I don't get the results I want from you guys, or I don't see progress, then I go home and I feel like I'm failing.
Right.
Not failing, but I have work to do.
Yeah.
And so it's not just me giving you guys shit. It's we're in this together to make each other better, and it starts with me, and it works its way down. And if I can't look in the mirror, then that's not good either. But I do, and so it's not you guys just getting crap. It's me wanting the best for you.
Yeah, but it's an important message, man, because it's. I say it all the time. I don't know what kind of information they're getting when they're not here.
Yeah, we said last week, right?
Especially for boys, especially for boys.
Yeah, you think?
100%, because it's so easy in those years, like when we're like any teenager. I'm sure everyone would agree with this. The risky behavior that you're willing to do when you're a teenager, just because you're lost and you don't know what you're doing with your life, or you don't have a good circle of friends around you or whatever. It's really easy to break the other way, man. It's really easy to be the guy that just never takes ownership of anything, doesn't care about developing any leadership qualities, doesn't care about communicating with anyone, just wants to do their own thing. They don't care about anyone who's in a position of authority that actually matters. And when they come here and they hear stuff like that, like the whole spiel you just went on, it's like every day it actually will matter later.
Yeah.
The kids actually take that, man. They actually take it and they listen to it, and they want it. Like they want the responsibility. You know, and I've seen that in the gym. It's easier because it's a little bit more personal. The smaller groups, we get to talk, we have time between. And I've seen most, if not all of the kids that are consistently coming you can just see, like, they just start to like put their weights away properly.
Yeah.
Or they start to like bring their food in or wipe their shoes off before they walk in the gym.
Yeah.
Like you just can just see like little things. They're starting to pay attention, you know, and it's such an important message because I don't know how much they get it when they're not here. Right. So it's just really good. Well said. So